He left on a Wednesday, which felt rude. Tuesdays are for bad news. Wednesdays should be neutral ground. He packed quietly, like a person returning library books. No slammed doors, no grand speeches. Just the zip of a suitcase and the soft click of a lock that didn't know how to protest. That night, the apartment felt like a museum exhibit. Domestic life, recently abandoned. I scrolled an article about grief that suggested engaging the senses and typed, how to bake bread. The recipe read like instructions for building a small, edible planet. Water, flour, salt, patience. Knead until smooth, rest until doubled. Words I wished applied to hearts. I mixed, folded, waited. The dough stuck to everything, including my sadness. At midnight, I burned the first loaf. It came out squat and indignant, a brick that smelled faintly of hope. I tore off a piece, chewed, tried, slept. Practice made rituals. Every night after work, I fed a jar of starter that burped like a baby dragon. My kitchen filled with the quiet grammar of survival. Fold, wait, fold, wait. I texted a photo of a decent crumb to my friend Lena. She replied, look at you making future toast. On Saturdays, I left a loaf on the stoop for the upstairs neighbor who practiced trumpet at ungodly hours. He practiced softer. The mail carrier started knocking on my door with packages and leaving with a heel wrapped in napkin. Best root of my day, he said, mouth full, and I believed him. One evening, the fire alarm chirped the way lonely smoke detectors do when they need batteries and company. A soft knock, the new tenant from 3B, hair in a scarf, eyes curious. Smells like a good story, she said. I handed her a slice right off the cooling rack. I started a small Saturday table. In the hallway, no sign, just a cutting board, bread, a knife, and butter. People came like birds. They left coins sometimes, or notes, for the best part of my morning. One kid drew a loaf with arms and labeled it Bread Friend. I taped it to the fridge. Months later, he texted the one who left. Can we talk? I said yes to coffee in a public place. He apologized kindly and clearly. I realized forgiveness didn't have to share a room with return. At the end, he said, you look steady. I laughed. I've been kneading. We hugged the way strangers do when they used to know the inventory of each other's kitchens. Walking home, I felt light, not floating, but placed. I wrote down the recipe because people asked, but the truth is, it wasn't about grams and minutes anymore. It was about the choreography of staying. Feed what feeds you, stretch without tearing, rest on purpose. Remember, heat transforms. On the 1-year Wednesday, I baked 2 loaves, one for the table, one for me. I cracked the crust with my ear close. Listened to the song Hot Bread Sings as it cools tiny pops like applause for surviving the oven. I buttered a slice, sat on the floor, and let the smell tell me what the future tasted like. Warm, simple, enough. When a life comes apart, build something with your hands. Patience will rise where certainty used to be, and you'll feed more than just yourself.